be a chemical reaction. You'd think it would be something about the ingredients of the Coke and the ingredients of the Mentos, but no. It is not, and it's not the methane leak either. What makes this particularly awesome is a physical reaction called nucleation. And you can see nucleation in action if you put your finger inside a cup of soda. You'll see bubbles forming on the ridges of your finger. And what's going on is you've got all of this carbon dioxide, you've got all this fizz inside the soda pop looking for somewhere to go. And it will grab onto anything bumpy it can find, like the ridges of your finger. Now it turns out that Mentos have hundreds of thousands of microscopic bumps on their surfaces. So when you drop Mentos candies into a bottle of Coke, there are hundreds of thousands of little tiny bumps, places for those carbon dioxide bubbles to form. So you get hundreds of thousands of bubbles forming, bubbles grabbing onto those bubbles, releases all of this pressure, sends the soda flying out the mouth of the bottle. Now we want to get right to things here, because we want to do the big finale. Is there something really super important? You do need to know temperature, absolutely. So we were talking earlier about the most important things to know if you're going to try this at home. And I think you are going to try this at home, right? Oh yeah, definitely nodding up the head. Yes, you're going to try this at home. Oh yes, if you're going to try this at home, one last super important thing for you to know. Temperature.
Use warm pop. It took us an embarrassingly long time to figure this out. When we started, we were using pop from the store that hadn't been refrigerated, and everything was working great. And then we started buying larger and larger quantities of it and putting it on the porch while we were working. And after a while, the geysers that had been going great were suddenly going just 2 and 3 feet in the air. And we couldn't figure out why. We thought maybe we had a bad batch of pop, we had the wrong Mentos, we had the wrong nozzle system. And it finally hit us. It's March. We're in Maine, in the US, which is not too much warmer than it is here in March. Once we figured that out, we warmed the bottles up and we got great geysers. So use warm pop, don't use it out of the refrigerator. Most of us keep our pop. What Fritz has in front of him right now are 2 identical setups. He thought we'd show you the difference between cold and warm soda. One of them has been sitting out in this nice warm Calgary sun. The other one has been in an ice chest for the last 2 hours or so. And that's the only difference. See if you can tell which one is cold and which one is warm. 3, 2, 1, pull. The only difference is temperature. The only difference in that setup is temperature. So when you do this yourself, use warm soda. Now do not use the microwave oven. If you have pop and it's cold from the refrigerator and you don't want to wait around, just fill your kitchen sink with warm tap water, leave them in there for 5 or 10 minutes and you'll be in great shape. Also, don't put them next to a radiator. We did do that. We weren't foolish enough to try the microwave, but we did stack a whole bunch of pop for a show one day up against some warm radiators in the fall when we had a cold show. And it melted the plastic on the colder, shorter corner of the bottle. And we got these goiter-like bumps of gas blowing out of the bubble of the soda bottles. And I almost exploded. We got them in time. So, just a warm soda, warm pop, use that. If you need to warm it up, use your kitchen sink, or if you have a lot like we do, the bathtub.
Now, we want to let you guys know that you can visit our website, eepybird.com, find out all about our other experiments, our book, How to Build a Hovercraft, so you can make your very own hovercraft at home, powered by a leaf blower. I see some arms up over that one, absolutely. And we also want to let you know we will be doing a presentation at approximately, we'll see what the schedule, if the schedule changes at all, but we should be doing a presentation inside at 4 o'clock. We will be talking about our creative process and giving a little bit of, showing a few of the videos of our experiments and a sneak preview of some of the things that we're working on. That'll be inside at 4 o'clock. And we'll be back here at Maker Faire tomorrow at 1 o'clock as well, so make sure to tell your friends about that. So, and I almost forgot one last thing. At the end of this show, in just a couple of minutes, we will have up on this stage 108 bottles of, well, mostly empty. There will be about this much soda pop in each bottle. It will be warm, it will be flat, and it will have a slightly minty aftertaste. If you would like to take one of these bottles home as a souvenir of your time here at Maker Faire, well, come on down to the front corners of the stage. About 5 minutes after the show, we will have bottles to give away for all of you all to take home as a souvenir of your time here at Maker Faire. So I think we have the hardcore here. We have the people who were gonna stick around no matter what. So are you guys ready? Make some noise for Calgary Maker Faire! Goodness gracious me, I am wet. Thank you guys so much for coming out to Calgary Mini Maker Faire. We hope you have had an awesome time. I know we have had so much fun here at Calgary. Once again, we'll be indoors at 4 o'clock. We'll be back here at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming out and supporting the Maker movement here in Calgary. Once again, we are Eepy Bird. Thank you guys so much. Have a great time at Maker Faire.